So I'm going to be talking about low energy right now. I'm going to do free readings for you, and I want to talk about low energy. And this is our depression, sadness, anger, frustration, negative low energy. What does it mean for you? What does it mean for me? And how do we process it individually? If you give me your birth date and your birthplace, and if you have it, your birth time, I can take a look at what's going on with you right now. Low energy. And when we have this low energy, there is a feeling, everyone has different feelings, right? Some people get angry, some people get frustrated, depressed. They can feel self-loathing, self-critical, or critical of others. We're in an interesting time right now, and astrologically, we are being pulled to find out who our truth is and what our truth is. Hey, hi Rawa. I'm Holly from Askhollyhall.com, and I'm feeling low energy, and I thought I'd come on here and help my people in Wi-Fi land. Wi-Fi land. Oh my gosh, can't even think straight. Do some readings for people. I am on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And all you have to do is give me your birth date information. And we're going to talk about low. I know, right? I didn't mean to say, I meant to say, I don't know, internet land, I guess. Hi, Denise from YouTube. I'm doing some free readings. So I just need your birth date and your birthplace. And if you have it, your birth time, and not even necessarily your birthplace, but your birth date, your birth year, and your birth time. And we're going to talk about low energy. Are any of you feeling low energy? This is an unusual low energy for me. It's completely unmotivated. I feel unmotivated. I feel uncreative. I'm trying to be creative because it's my go-to to bring me back to make me feel grounded. And okay, Rawa, we're going to take a look at how you deal with low energy. How is your low energy transpire for you? And because we have yin and yang, right? And the yin, I believe, yeah. So the yin is the dark side. It is associated with everything that's hard, negative, cold, wet, and feminine. So I'm feeling pretty yin lately, or ying, but there's no g at the end, right? There's g at the end of yang, but not in yin. So yin, ying without a j, yang. And well, this is really interesting, Rawa. You're right. I went for the first time in a long time to have a reading at a fair, at a fairy witch fair. And only because he was a Vedic astrologer, and I have turned Western to Eastern astrology. Not quite Vedic, but it's very, 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 very similar. And I on purpose listened to the reading he was doing. I was like, you're my kind of person. And it was very inexpensive, even though his regular prices are on par with mine. And that's what he said to me. He said, your hands are healing. You should be. He didn't know I was an astrologer. I didn't mention that till later. And I was like, thank you. He goes, no, you have very powerful healing energy. I said, yeah, but I don't use my hands. I never will. It's not my thing. So thank you for, hi, Jennifer. But he also said I needed to wear this. I don't know if you guys can all see that. And I bought that. It was actually rather expensive for, but it all works out because his prices were reasonable. And evil eye. And this has been hitting me lately. I'm going to answer your question, I promise. That's right, evil eye. And this has been happening to me lately. I never believe in the evil eye. I've never believed in curses. I don't believe that we can be that we can cast a spell on anybody to fix them, to get what we want. And yet, all of a sudden, I have a very, very religious relative who sends me a video. She says all like, very Christian. Okay. So what I'm doing is on the dark side, according to their Christianity. So it was about someone who worshiped the devil, tarot cards, all that kind of stuff, and then went Christian. And he talked about how he could do curses when he was worshiping the devil. He could do curses, and he would made it was very traumatizing for him. I don't know why she sent me this, but this person was able to cause someone cancer, heart attacks, strokes. This is what he's telling me, and I'm like, this one I bought from the astrologer that I did, and he blessed it. And he's a Vedic priest. I really have a lot of respect for him and his work. Okay. And then I had a client send me this link, and he's like, what do you think of this person? All she does is cast spells. That's anything you want, soulmate, these types of things, make money, all this kind of stuff. No, I don't believe in it. I said to him, it doesn't work. You have a very powerful mind. So you can think someone's cast a spell. Then I had another client say to me, what do you think about being cursed? I think I was cursed. And I was like, oh my gosh, the universe, God, source, somebody wants me to get that. And then I see this guy yesterday, and he goes, you need to have the evil eye thing because you're powerful. Your energy is powerful. And it's also very subjected to this evil, negative energy. That's what it was. So I got a better understanding of it with negative energy. So I'm having this really low yin energy for a while, and I've realized, and I'm going to get to you. I always thought that was an Italian thing. No, I don't. Yeah, because you'd always see like, ooh, the Italian gypsy. There's gypsies all over the world, and mostly in Europe. And then the gypsies that are in like Ireland and that are called tinkers. So where did the evil eye originate from? That's a very good question. Astrology did originate from Hindu. Okay. And the evil eye dates back to 5,000 years in the 6th century BC in the Chalkidian drinking vessels. Yeah, but where did it come? It's Mesopotamian. It's Mesopotamia. The roots are Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, and Hindu. So isn't that interesting? Where something like this, 5,000 BC, originates massively across continents and countries that would never have really had contact with each other back then, right? Right. And I guess it's about protecting my energy. So I wanted to take, lots of evil eye and blue stuff comes up with Hawaii. So, what is this I seem like a very kind person. Thank you so much. Okay. So Raha, I want to look at your chart, and she's just I don't know if girl or boy, so I apologize, whatever gender you are. But August 12th, this beautiful soul is only born in 2000. And then all of a sudden, I've got this pain, just for this afternoon in my right ear, like, anyways, he was a great reading. I want to learn from him. He said that if you learn more about Vedic astrology and prana, which I've dabbled in, he said, you'll be better than I am. I'm honored to meet someone like you. And I was like, wow. I mean, I loved his humbleness, and I mean, his willingness to share with me a lot of his work. So I'll be contacting him. And he said is more predictive. I believe in the power of you. So you can create your own future. And I will give people timelines around that. Ra, do you know what time you were born at? Okay. But with that being said, whatever time you were born, you're really being affected by the moon right now, unless you're born really late in the day. And you're an extremely intellectual, smart person. You need entertainment, and you very much need your emotions to be heard. You're here as a healer yourself. And when you get down, I'm going to tell you this, and this is what he told me too, even though I don't have a lot of water in my chart. He had said that you pick up so much on other people's energies. Part of the time the energy isn't yours. And yeah, I say that a lot to my people that have a lot of water in their chart. I don't. Um, but you do. You pick up on the emotions and feelings that others have, especially around family members, specifically people that are younger than you or much older than you, like elderly. And you take this to heart. This becomes so much your energy that you become very sad instantly. You become very distraught instantly, and you're quite attached to these emotions. They're your comfort zone at times, and it can get a bit drama around it. You're quite comfortable being emotional. You're very comfortable in the language of the heart center. You've got a very powerful heart center. And if you're born earlier than, I don't know, I'd say like 8, 9 a.m. I'd have to really look at it, but 9, sorry, p.m. And you're extremely intellectual as well. And this energy allows you to become very philosophical and look outside of your belief system to find your truth, to understand not only your emotions, but other people's emotions as well. You're very much affected. Denise, you're next. Yes, I'm very sleepy and nappy as well. I'm not really napping. I'm kind of, but the one time I did nap, it was the most, it was just about 5 days ago. It was the most peaceful, lucid, because I didn't feel like I really went right under, but I was there for about at least an hour. It was the most peaceful, lucid state I've ever been in a long time, and I wasn't thinking anything. And usually I listen to stuff as I fall asleep. I wasn't listening to anything to distract me, to distract my mind. It was beautiful, a beautiful place to be. Rianne Miller, I'm going to look at yours as well. If there's a spell to get rid of flies, because I've got flies driving me crazy lately, I need it. So Marissa, let's take a look at you for feeling stuck. So Rawa, you would do really well if you go into the healing industry, if you go in as a nurse, or working with the elderly or working with children as a therapist. You'd even do well in the beauty industry, but you're going to end up being everybody's counselor and therapist. Like, I know they say that they're like bartenders too, but you more so. So you got to really protect your energy. Okay. I would protect you, Rawa. You can buy them anywhere, really. Evil Eye, you can get them on Amazon. And I think it should be called something else because it's supposed to protect you. And Evil Eye sounds terrible, don't you think? Greek has lots of blue everything and Evil Eye stuff. Yes, and so does, oh my gosh, Turkey. The Turkish have this Evil Eye a lot too. Thank you. Thank you. So Rawa says, oh my God, true. Oh my God, yes. This is so me. Thank you. You're welcome. My mom and my family have lots of mental health issues and drama. You can't fix them. You can't mother them. You can't smother them. You can't nurture them. You can't. But you can help other people just like what you went through. Okay. This is not mine. Take it away. You ready, everybody? If this is not mine, take it away. If this is not mine, take it away. If this is not mine, take it away. You're cutting that cord to whoever's is yours. Always look at the full moon and the new moon. Rawa, you're very, very susceptible to that. Can I have a chart reading, please? Yes, Jenny. Just add your birth date and your birth time if you have it. And you've got a very strong intuition, Rawa. Okay, so we're going to look at July 15th, 85. If you've got a question, please put that question there. But I am looking at depression and how do you handle when you're sad, when you're down, when you're in a yin energy. I usually do things creative, and I can't seem to be doing anything creative. I mean, I would pull off, like this was mine yesterday. I do a lot of faces. But I could do things like in a day, you know. I did this one the other day. Right. And I could pull off some, but some of these have been taking me weeks and weeks and weeks. But I just, as you can see, I just love doing faces. Anybody wants a copy of these, just or the original, just email me. I seem to have some kind of allergy going on now too. That was not even finished. I'm going to keep working on that one. So we're going to look at July 15th, 85, and let's take a look at how do you deal. And you know what I came to today? I don't know if you guys are on the same page as I am around this, but I feel like it's hopelessness. I feel like that you don't have purpose. That's the word. That's a better word for it. I feel like it's that when we feel like this, whatever it may be, it feels like we don't have purpose. And that's why we'll feel unmotivated. We feel like we can't minister ourselves to find a sense of purpose. This fly has a sense of purpose. Piss me off. Simpleton. Okay, so I'm sorry, YouTuber. Hang in there. Hang in there. July 15th, 85. Okay, I'm going to just focus on you. Some people can be prone to exhaustion, to distraction. I don't know why suddenly I have this stuffy nose. And or sleep. All they want to do is sleep. All they want to do is eat. All they want to do is drink. Normally what I do is I'll go out and I get these like little mini small bottles of wine, or I'll go out, and I used to drink a lot more than that, trust me. Or I'll go out and get one of those little mini things of gin. Gin is better for me. Not any alcohol isn't good for you. But I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing a cleanse. So suck it up, Buttercup Holly. How do you do this? You know what? You're loyal to a fault. We're talking to July 15th, 85. You're loyal to a fault. You too are very nurturing and caring. This is how you communicate with people. You communicate with them. You're on my YouTube. You communicate with them because you understand their feelings. You understand their hurt. You're there. But then you know what you do? Then you give them answers. You give them grounded, logical, rational answers. Everything's a teachable moment for you. So you want to teach people when they're feeling down and out. And that's what makes you feel good. You feel good when you have the ability to be able to teach somebody, and somebody wants to have a conversation about their hurt and their pain, but not everybody does. And this has been something that has plagued you most of your life, that people don't want to communicate about their feelings. And when they don't, you want to do it even more so. And the more that you try to communicate your feelings, and the more that you get resistance, you feel lost. I challenge you to go, and I do this as much as I can, Rianne, is to go one day in silence. You know, unless you have to talk, like somebody asks you a question, you're not going to be rude. Oh my God, this thing. You're not going to be rude and ignore them, right? This is my life. Like the last few days, these flies just sticking to me. So thanks for the ice cream cone. And if you can't get that communication, then you feel as if no one's hearing you. You feel unheard. You feel like no one's listening. But not everybody wants that teachable moment. In fact, the more and more that I do astrology, Askhollyhall.com, the more and more I realize how drastically different people are, and that they give you what they want to receive. So if they talk a lot about themselves, they want you to only pay attention to how they feel. And you can't express to them how you feel. I'm going to kill this thing. I don't want to kill it. I want it to be outside. I set free as many as I can. But when they're in my face, they're gone. Okay. I give them a choice. Fly. You can leave. But if you're in my face, I'm going to kill you. Not the Buddhist thing to do. So at the moment, Rianne, you're going through a bit of a little bit of a dark night of a soul in which you feel, and you want to look at that inner child where you weren't heard and you weren't listened to, because that's one of your pet peeves. You're not listening to me. You don't understand me, right? So we're going to go look at Denise. Denise, are you still here? I'm not going to read for people unless they tell me if they're still here. And I don't have anybody else on TikTok asking me. I'm struggling with my purpose as well. It's draining. Okay, Miss Phillips, give me your birth date. Yeah, exactly, Marissa. Like, what's our purpose? I know what my purpose is. I'm doing it right now. And sometimes we become so stuck in our humanness. Thanks, Marie. I'll go if you're telling me that you're here. So I'm going to go for you next. August 7th. And I'll give you a secret on how you can know what your purpose is. I'm Askhollyhall.com. I'm Holly from Askhollyhall.com. And we're talking about purpose while I'm trying to get rid of a fly. That's making me crazy. And I'm going to talk to Marie now. And she doesn't have a specific question, so I'm just going to talk about how she deals with sadness, where she feels stuck, when she feels like she doesn't have any purpose. And the secret here, since a lot of you have a lot of Cancer sign, the zodiac sign of Cancer in your charts, I will never go down the zodiac sign. I will never say, this is a horoscope for today or this week. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I'll never do that, because you are not just your sun sign. Plus, I do sidereal astrology, and you're not your Western sun sign either in most cases. So Marie, you go straight for the jugular. You go straight to anger right away. When you say it as it is. If somebody's pissing you off or upset, or you're upset, you let people know immediately. You don't hold it in. You don't sit with it forever. You do have abandonment from your mother since you were a child, and you had a very a life where you had to survive it. There wasn't a lot of nurturing for you. There wasn't a lot of care. You didn't feel protected, or that your heart was protected. And that was your lesson. And this is a segue to how you know what your purpose is. Whatever you didn't have as a child, what you were missing as a child, is exactly what you're supposed to learn, what is important, and then deliver that to people. So if you felt like you weren't heard and you weren't listened to, then you can become a teacher. You can become a therapist. You can become a consultant. You can become a factory worker. But everywhere you go, you listen. You just listen to people. And you're good at listening. And you give advice when they ask. You can become an instructor. I mean, I look at all different parts of the chart to see the details of that. But Marie, you don't you're feisty, you're a fighter, you're a warrior, and you don't wait for people to pick you up or support you or nurture you. You go out and get it. And hopefully you did do teaching, art, creativity. You were a rescuer of sorts. You're somebody I'd want in an emergency. I'm going to tell you that straight up. Okay. This is a giant room. Okay. This is my little office studio cubicle in a massive, massive building. And the fly only wants to be right freaking here. Here in this little. Okay. So usually under anger is pain. Hurt. Got it. Hurt, anger, frustration, pain, childhood pain. What's our childhood pain? We're birthed into that childhood pain in order for us. Rian, you're welcome. I hope that's been helpful for you. I hope that was helpful for you as well. Marie, and we're going to go. Is Denise still here? I don't know. So is Elizabeth still here? Oh, Elizabeth, I know you're probably still here. So Elizabeth is one of my clients, and she took my advice about her home and selling one of her homes. And it's the hardest thing that she has to do, and she's doing it. She's doing it, and she's so happy. It's on the market. It's probably already sold. It's probably already sold. Very close to it. But Mercury's in retrograde. So there's going to be, oh, they didn't get the loan. They're taking too long to get it finalized. There's too many, I don't know, what do you call it? Too many things that they want, and it's taking longer for the paperwork to happen until mid-September. Mercury retrograde. Okay, Marie, I hope this has helped you. You know what I want, guys? Because this really helps everybody else. I need feedback. I don't care if it's negative or positive, but rather than just say thanks, I want to know, did this resonate with you? Is it helpful for you? Does it pose another question that I haven't answered? Is it missing the mark? There's something else you really want to focus on or look at? Okay, but give me this. And you know what? This doesn't just give me gratitude. It gives confirmation and gratitude to source who's giving me this information. And then it works with you better as well. You get to benefit from thanking source and allowing me to be a messenger as well. So we're going to look at Elizabeth soon. Going to go to Kim January 12th. And Kim, if you can just let me know if you're still here. And then while I'm waiting to hear if you're still here, I will. Oh, I got ear problems, ear pain today. I will, and that's usually magnesium and pinched in here. Get some magnesium after that, after this. And I'll take a look at Kim, if Kim is still here. I'm here, yay. Thanks for hanging in. Thanks for your patience. So Kim is also, I believe, on my YouTube, and she doesn't have a specific question. So I'm going to take a look at how she deals with sadness, depression, anger, feeling down. And she's very fiery, just like the last one that I was reading for Marie. Feisty. But this one, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're witty, you're sarcastic. You love sarcastic sense of humor. You love slapstick sense of humor. You see the irony in life all the time. In fact, sometimes it makes you detached and distanced from the state of humanity. You find humans hilarious in a stupid way and in an intelligent way. And you need to keep yourself distracted constantly. In fact, when you get down and out, you just become more distracted, more distracted, more distracted. You've come here, you've got a past life relationship with your mom, and not as strong. You're starting to wean away from her. And you've got extreme talents. You're very talented. You're very, your instinct. Okay, we can say intuition, we can say psychic, but yours is more of instinct. You know instantly. And if you don't listen to that, you're going to be you're going to feel like you're distracted to the point of not really being able to settle down. But you know what? Those who wander are not always lost, and that's you. If you have a specific question, let me know. You normally tend to deal with your problems with a sense of humor. You become very, very funny. And so you're that clown that nobody really knows is sad behind the smile. You're a philosopher. You have a very strong sense of philosophy and spirituality, and you're a seeker, and you're always searching and looking for the truth. Always, 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 always. Like, even if somebody gives you half truths, like they're telling you a story and it's a half truth, you'll start becoming quite inquisitive and asking questions because they think like, "Ooh, she's really interested in me." No, I'm just really trying to find out the truth because you're not telling me the whole thing. That's you. So I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but I would love feedback. Hi, Lucy M. Um, Definitely resonates in terms of the dark night of the soul. Anything I should be letting go of. Rianne, I've gone away from your chart, but if you even just want to go and get a 15-minute reading, AskHollyHall.com is where you can go and we can do a quick one. So good to see you. Are you back in Canada? How was Mexico? Oh, thanks, Lucianne. Yeah, we're back. Lisa, hi, Lisa. We are been back since May 18th, and it's now August, and we'll be going back in January and February. We're going to Florida in March and April, but in I'm dragging my husband out there probably for the month of November because I want to start looking at real estate in the lower part. We're not sure if we want to go to Tampa, kind of leaning that way area, or the Miami area. So if any of you guys have any hints on how we can do that or any support, we'll probably look for, I don't know, we've got a few leads of where we can stay, but if there's any ideas you guys have for me, definitely uh, Holly at Ask Holly Hall, Holly at Ask Holly Hall at, sorry, yeah, .com. So not gmail.com. That's my email. A little disorientated because I've just been so low, and my energy field is very, very low. Miss Phillip, March 17th. Let's take a look at that. I didn't hear back from. Oh my, you are so right. Okay, Kim, thank you so much. So let's take a look at Miss Phillips, and she said that she feels like she doesn't have any purpose. She's feeling purposeless, and I'm going to see if I can help her right now with that. And thank you for giving me your time of birth. And then we'll also go at 38. And my last client I was talking to live was from India. So I'm going to have to change that because I don't think you're from India. So go and put it somewhere more central. Okay, so right now, you also, okay, you are going through the magic wand phase and you're also going through a soul ascension. This is really important for you to know, Miss Phillips. So please keep your eyes and ears open. Turn on your video right now or microphone or record this somehow if you can. And because I won't be putting up live, but if you go to my YouTube, okay, you guys, go to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube because it will go live on my YouTube as well. You can go my Facebook as well, but I'm not really active there in doing my work because Facebook sucks. So Twitter and YouTube, but I'm not live on Twitter because they don't let me do that. So if you want to hear this again or record it or download it, go there. And that's Ask Holly Hall. Everything is Ask Holly Hall. Everything. So anyway, you want to find me. Now, as a Pisces, you're going through a rebirth. Now, not soul rebirth, soul ascension. So what it means is soul ascension means that you've finally come here. You're at the moment in your life right now where you are here to do what you've been born to do. You come from an enormous amount of suffering. And a lot of this suffering and abandonment came from many, 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 many lifetimes with your father. And And also not any lifetimes with your father, but there was sudden unpredictable behavior or a sudden unpredictable event that happened when you were a child with your mother. It resurfaced at the age of 22 and also at the age of 27. It created an enormous amount of trauma. There could have been trauma at your birth as well. There seemed to be a forced direction in your life from the anxiety, the expectations, and your need to to appease your mother's suffering somehow. But you're feisty, you're independent, so you may have left early, um, home early just to get away from that abuse. It could have been depression with both of them as well. You may not recognize it as being depression, but it's not their fault, okay? Don't like to blame our parents, Miss Phillips. So the magic wand means you can manifest anything right now. So you're a healer. You work really well in the medical industry or in the healthcare industry, and you work well in emergency situations. But you tap into the feelings and the emotions of others. You burn your candles on both ends always. And so you're either in hyper adrenal anxiety. Okay. So you're like, go, 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 like the Energizer Bunny, while you're being burnt out at the same time. And then you crash. So your purpose, and you're going through this right now with your son in the third house, is to write that book, start communicating, start learning, doing a lot of learning right now in using your modalities and to help people pull up their bootstraps and get the damn job done. Because you don't have patience. You're compassionate, you're extremely compassionate, but you're here to teach people that they don't have to suffer and suffer and suffer. You could work for charity and you could be the one that says, you know what, guys, this isn't working out here. You're not getting the job done. There's too much going on that's suffering, specifically in your workplace, and you can't fix where you're at. You can't. You've got to move on. You got to end. You got to cut the ties where you're at, and you got to move on to that job that you have always wanted. You're always in survival mode. You're a fighter, so you stay in the game way longer than anybody else would. But don't. No more. Don't stay in the game. Done. Party's over. Party's over. Okay? So, with that being said, let me know how that resonates with you. Soul ascensions and manifestations, there's several dates that you'd want to be aware of, but you should have a full reading in order to understand them. Okay? I'm going to be doing a whole astrology course. I haven't put up the price yet, or the application process, but I will be later on today. And I gotta unplug something so I can plug something in. There we go. Okay, good. So, okay, Deb, I appreciate one June. Nope, need your year, birth time, year. Good evening. Love all your content. Thank you, sweetie. I get a lot of, my TikTokers, I get a lot of clients from you guys nowadays. I have my regular ones. Okay. Hey, Rose. That's been a while since I've talked to you. Hi, Kelsey. Definitely resonates in terms of yep. Okay. So we've already done that. Oh my, you are so right. Kim says, okay. So I just need to stop overthinking stuff. LOL. No, no, I don't believe in that. You don't have to stop overthinking. You do want to stop. Like, Kim, are you the one with all the Sagittarius in your chart? You're a visionary. You see the outline of the future. You can see what's happening 6 months from now, a year from now. And there's a tendency for you to go, guys, if this pattern keeps happening, I can see the future. I can see what's going to happen to you. It's common sense. And it is somewhat common sense, but not everybody's a visionary. And you also need to be in a progressive state in your life. Things have to keep moving or you get bored easily. Okay. So you don't want to, I don't want you to overthink, but you got to think about what you're overthinking because you can't just stop it. There's a reason you're overthinking. So Rose is a long-time client of mine. I think I met Rose at a party. I believe that was her. Had a classy party, not like we were getting wasted party. Oh, I probably had a couple glasses of wine. But she's very wise. And I'm going to be doing this differently now because since I've done a reading for you, Rose, I am more into Vedic, which is astrology, is sidereal astrology, and things change. They stay the same. It's not a whole lot different, but it's a huge added value. Okay, Lady Danielle, you're next. Oh, the second line. No, I'm not on live very often. Lately, I haven't been motivated to, and I've been busy with my readings. This is my full-time job. This is all I do. So your financial situation is going to pick up drastically starting in December. December. Your financial situation that you've been working through is actually going to finalize in December. And then the magic wand stage hits you. So what I see at the end of December and into January, so what I'm seeing is when the magic wand is full force, this is when you're going to finally settle down and move. I believe you're the one that has been fostering homes. So she buys a home and then, I don't want to live here anymore. And then somebody else buys it. So we coined it as she goes, what's wrong with me? Why can't I settle down anymore? I say, you're just fostering. You're a home foster. You're a foster parent for homes. She makes them all pretty and nice. And then somebody else comes in and makes it their home. So you won't be fostering homes anymore in May of 2024, and you will settle down by the water. You will realize I need to be by the water. I need to take care of my dreams and what my needs are. And they are no longer the need for you to deal with your abandonment that you have and the abandonment that around family. Hopefully, there's not an exact question, so hopefully that kind of answers your question. I'm going to take a look at Donna now. Askhollyhall.com is where you can go. There's lots of articles. There's free courses, a couple of free courses there. I'm going to be adding more. I'm going to be adding some ebooks that will be like $4.99 each. There's membership programs. You get really good deals on membership programs and lots of really cool articles to learn. And when you sign up for my newsletter, you start getting a weekly lesson. It's a 10-part lesson on how to it's about spirituality. It's how to enhance your spirituality and get on your spiritual journey. It's a 10-week course and it's free as soon as you get a 20% off code for my full readings. So we've got 10th and I'm going to give you guys a global prediction too. Well, some of it's factual, but I'm going to give you a prediction around it. Thank you for your time of birth. And you didn't ask me a question, but I'll talk about how do you deal with depression? How do you deal with sadness? Danielle, are you one of my clients that lives in California right now? That's an amazing author. I'm looking at your picture, kind of look like her, but I'm not sure. I don't know if she spells her name the same way as you do. So how do you deal with sadness? How do you deal with your energy when it's in yin and when it's negative? And how do you find hope? And how do you bring yourself back above water and find purpose? And what is your purpose? Why are you here? What are you here to do? And that is and then I'm going to sign off soon. You need to be self-employed. You're extremely compassionate. You're a healer. You're very, very talented healer. You're very talented with 0 degrees, Pisces, Mars, but you're here to work with more large groups of people in organizations, your humanitarianism, and you're an activist. And you're going through a stage right now where you're entering into the magic wand phase as we speak. Now, these particular ones are challenging because at first you're letting go of limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. And that is, you're not a victim. You're not here to suffer. And you're not here to only help people that are self-inflicted suffering. You're not here to help those people. You're here to help people that come to you for healing. Like specifically, they want to be interactive in their healing. They're ready to get their hands dirty, pull up their sleeves, pull up their bootstraps, and they're ready to get it done. And you're done. You're done with those types of people. So in the next 2 years, you're going to start creating some magic because you're going to start saying, you know what? I need to change the direction. I'm going to re-educate myself. I'm going to change a direction and where I'm going. And I'm going to do something that is self-made. You've got limiting beliefs that you can't be self-made, that you can't work for yourself, that you always have to work for other people, or you got to be in communion with other people, or you've got to be tied with somebody else. This is time for you to go it alone. And it's going to feel alone at first. It's going to feel lonely at first as you're letting go of limiting beliefs that are really difficult for you to let go of. This stems from a sibling that you had, that you experienced with as a child. It's a male energy. I'm not sure. It seems to be very tied with your father, and also anger management around your relationship with your father and possibly father and sibling. Now remember, our childhood parents, they mirror the problems that we already have. they they aren't our problems. They didn't create our problems. Even, no matter how bad it is, even if you were locked in a closet and beaten to a pulp, obviously somebody would say, of course that created who I am. But you can take 100 people that have had those same experiences, and each one will have a completely different outcome of how they dealt with it and what it did for them and how it destroyed them or how it completely recreated who they were and they became stronger. Why? Why were they all completely different when they all have the same story? Because their lessons were different from one another. They were here to learn that lesson, whatever it is, individually. And I look those up too when I do personal readings. All the readings you did for me are amazing. Thanks, Jennifer. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to you. I had a surprise party for my birthday, but my birthday's next week. Next weekend. Okay, stabbing in my ear. Why do you want to do this to me? Okay. So let's see if I get some feedback. Thanks, Lisa. She said her readings were amazing too. Thank you, Miss Phillips, Ontario. Thanks. I'm in Ontario as well. Sounds like lots of people are feeling down with no purpose. Thank you for helping everyone. You're welcome, Marissa. You know why? Thank you for liking it, lady. Yeah, because that gets more people on board, right? You know why people are feeling lack of purpose? Because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. We're being distracted. We think our purpose is to have money. And if I have money, I'll have happiness. We think our purpose is to be able to have a better physique, body. And if I go on a certain diet or I go to the gym, etc., then I'll find my purpose. It actually is the other way around. You find your purpose and other things fall into place. But guess what? There's no end date. There's no end gate. Thank you. I quit my job in July. I've been wanting to become an IET practitioner. See, Miss Phillips, you found your purpose. Now, because I was able to tap into that, that is acknowledgement from source, from the universe, from God, from whoever you want to call your higher power, that you are on target. You left your home at 17. Yeah, I said you left early. Whoever's trying to come on, please stop asking me because you're covering up everything and I don't want to decline. Debbie, let's take a look at what your purpose is and how, if you're down and out, how do you deal with yourself being when you are down and out? And we've got August 26. Okay. Message is loud and clear. This was very, very similar to the person that I read for first. Askhollyhall.com is where you can get all kinds of information. Hi, Belginder. Yee. I read for you as well, too. And she's one of my regular clients. You're extremely sensitive. You're here to learn the value of what family means, but you're also here to value that you are a shining light, that you shine bright, that you are important. You're born on a full moon. The latter half of the full moon, when the full moon was leaving. But regardless of that, you have a tendency to recoil, to distance, to detach yourself. Really depends on what time you were born. But you can be very detached and separate yourself. You find humans sometimes lack emotions. They lack emotional common sense. They lack emotional intelligence. This is one of the things that can frustrate you. You're extremely compassionate. You would have made a great nurse. You would make a great, maybe you still do this, I don't know. You would make great nurse. And you would do really well in therapy. You like working with large groups of people. Everybody becomes your family wherever you work. So you've been really hurt a lot because people disperse, people leave, people can hurt us. And you are sensitive, very sensitive. So you are easily hurt. And when you are, oh, everybody knows it because you can become distant and detached. You need a lot of time to recharge your batteries. You're very sensitive to dairy as well. And you know what you need to do? You need to have a good cry. I think anybody got suggestions on a movie that would make me cry? I don't cry easily. So um it's but I also don't like all I watch is like documentary and biographies and learning. I like learning things. So I never really watch sappy movies at all. Um Because that's what you do very well. If you can have a good cry and you're in that state, you're going through the magic wand phase as well too. So you're either in a relationship in which you're not happy with anymore and you're not getting the emotional treatment that you want. You're about to look elsewhere and you will receive what you want there as well. Give it a little bit of time, probably more closer to the beginning of the year. If you're looking for a relationship, there's one coming this year for you. Um, yeah. It's coming for you in the fall, in November, or there's a few dates in the next following year that it will come for you. Last year was tough, real tough. The last year and a half, there was authorities that were coming up against you. You didn't want to comply. You refused the powers, or if you did, you have felt you're very saddened and hurt by it, and you're very upset that it took you away from your community and your group and your people that you considered family. It separated you from that. And these could be bosses at work, it could be managers at work, it could be family members as well. And you close the door on that. I believe that chapter is closed. That might be when that could have been a great time for retiring and a great time for saying, I no longer want to be a part of this workforce or a part of this. Uh, and that was the end of like the fall of 2022 when that happened. Let me know how that resonates with you. You're obsessed. Kelsey, I like the way your name is spelled. Kelcie. I have a really dear friend named Kelsey. You're welcome, Kim. If there's anybody else who has a question on YouTube or Facebook land, you can ask me that question. Oh, thanks for sharing the live. Everybody share, 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 share the live. But I actually don't like to have like hundreds of people on my lives because there's no way I could help all of you. And the things would start flipping so fast, I wouldn't even be able to answer anybody's questions. Debbie, I answered yours, 4:55 p.m. Okay, good. You're an earlier Sagittarius, but Aquarius, but still good. Is this for me? Lady Danielle, I did yours. And, I don't remember now. Go on my YouTube, and you'll be able to see the live version of it, and you can find out when I did yours. Because I did yours. This collective. What does that mean? This collective? Is that a movie you're telling me I should watch? Spot on. Thank you. Oh, you did get it. Okay. I'm way behind, right? I like your dragonfly necklace. Oh, I just got this from we call each other sister mama. It's my daughter's fiance's mom because my daughter and fiance have been going out since they were 14 and 15 years old. So we've all become this family. Um, there's challenges that come with it. So, but here, I'm a Canadian living in Australia. Oh my God. Kelsey, I would love to hear your story. Like, people are trying to leave Canada and trying to leave Australia. These are the two most oppressed countries right now that are needing to comply and being controlled. And we're like, "Wah." I want to go to Florida. I think we were looking at Mexico and maybe living in Mexico, but I think I would like to live in Florida. That's where Jordan Peterson's daughter went. I'm going to talk about the prediction part now. I got a nerve pain here. And that segue, that's Jordan Peterson. So he's put together a collective of people, delegates, millionaires, billionaires, experts, high influences around the world, people that have millions of people following them, billions of people. And he's congregating them in a forum called ARC Forum, ARC Forum, in England, Greenwich, England, between October 28th and November 1st, I believe. It will be, the world will never be the same after this. We will divide again, and they will want us, and it will be a division of politics and religion. I didn't mean that to rhyme. Politics and religion. So if you find yourself reuniting with your religion or a Bible or a Jesus or Christianity, I'm not. Um, I do believe in a higher power, and I am being also given all of this information lately on all different areas about God, Jesus. People have been giving me modern Bibles and stuff like that. But I know there's a combination of it. And I'm going to do my next video after this. I'm going to talk about what evil is, what the devil is, what hell is. And you know what? I'll give you guys a sneak peek now. This is hell. And if you come here and you don't fulfill your mission, and this is going to sound scary, but it's really not that scary. There's little tiny mistakes that we make. Nothing. It's not a big deal. But for instance, this is what I want to say to people who have a lot of power. Jordan Peterson is doing what he's doing very bravely. He's got power. He's got influence. He's got people that are listening to him. And so do all of the people that are going to be with him in this ARC forum. You have an obligation to change the status quo of whatever you have a passion for or whatever you have seen. And I know people have been killed for this, for in Hollywood, and celebrities, inventors have put their neck out there and stood for what they believe in, like Socrates, and have been exiled, executed for it, or they dismissed themselves because they didn't want to be in the game. But you have an obligation on a small or grand scale to do something. If you've suffered as a child, you have an obligation to heal yourself, and then you have an obligation to help all those that suffer in the same arena that you've suffered in. You don't have to do this all in one lifetime. If you have a power and you're using it for evil, you will come back and you'll live in hell. Okay, so all of these elite, powerful people, you think they're getting away with murder? Maybe in this lifetime, but karma, they will learn in the next lifetime. It goes so much further than that, but that's a start. That's my belief system. That's mine. I'm going to own that. You don't believe in it, doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. Hallmark Channel. No, I can't do those sappy, happily ever after, romantic. That won't work for me. But thanks, Donna. Same. I really want to explore more. I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and I've realized that I need to play. I need to play a lot. I need to explore. I need to have fun. I need to have things that are exciting and new and playful and adventurous. But I also need to be, it needs to function as something. I need to be able to serve wherever I am as well, which I can do this too. Debbie says I'm retired. Hi, Holly. Hi, Holly. You got a great name. You're terrific. Oh, thanks, sweetie. August 2nd, 68. Holly, have we done a reading before? That's my daughter's birthday. Mine is September 2nd and hers is August 2nd, but not 68. So, just so you guys know, so the year is very, 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 makes every chart completely different. And the time and the place you were born. And we're going to do one more after this, and then I'm going to sign off. You got the mind of a psychotherapist. You do well in hypnosis and psychotherapy and working with people to dredge up their childhood in order to help heal. You would do really well in any kind of research, any kind of job where you're doing research. You love your dairy, but stay away from it. It makes you too sensitive, too intuitive, and you can be too intuitive. You're picking up on other people's emotions that aren't yours. You are going through a magic wand phase right now. You desire to be in a direction and to do what you've always wanted to do and to live the life that you've always wanted to live. And with Mars being in your 7th house, this has to do with your relationship. So if your relationship isn't emotionally satisfying and they're not able to do deep dives and go very vulnerable into the relationship, then you're wanting to heighten that intellectual, emotional intelligence within that relationship. If you're not in one, you'll be with one soon, very soon. If you've just met one, this is your soulmate, okay? Or it's a soulmate that's coming. One of the readings you did, I didn't know if it was a collective reading. I would have mentioned the date just before I started reading. You love it? You're in Canada too. Okay. So Australia's a shit show at the moment. Yeah. Massachusetts, Canada here too. Yay. I agree with you 100%. 100 agree. 100% agree. I love documentary. Egyptians and that. Oh yeah, UFOs. That stuff makes me crazy. Kelsey, I'm going to do yours. Absolutely, Holly says. Whatever that means, I guess whatever I just did a reading for you is accurate. Well, absolutely what? What do you do? What's absolutely? So it helps support other people as well. So July 16th, and then I'm signing off. I'll be back. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. Soon. 12:15 a.m. But go do a mini reading with me. Geez, the 15 minutes, they show up on your doorstep, in your inbox within 24 hours, 48 hours max, depending on when it is in the week. And I talk a lot and I talk real fast and I give you a shit full of information. What's all these Scorpio energy people? Kelsey, you got the mind of a psychotherapist. You're also would do really well with therapy. You work well with the elderly, animals, and children, you have had a lifetime where you felt that you were not intellectually you felt intellectually rejected. You got a little bit of ADD, ADHD. Your mind kind of wanders. It takes you a while to absorb energy, but when you remember, like an elephant, you never forget. You got to be extremely interested in what you're learning, or you cannot focus. And so school was difficult for you. And yet it's a shame, because school is difficult for a lot of people like yourself. And hopefully you went to a state not too long ago where you re-educated yourself, and you know how smart you are. You got a good gut feeling. You can smell fear a mile away, and you can get down and out because you pick up on the emotions and feelings of others. You also pick up on fear. So if all of a sudden you feel fear, you don't always have to educate people. You don't always have to tell them what to do. I'm just going to give you that, okay? Unless they ask you, because you see deeper and you give people answers, then they're not ready. They're not even ready to acknowledge they have a question. No long you giving them the answer. They just don't see things as deeply, as psychologically, as in depth as you do. They don't understand where their problems stem from. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys out. I'm going to sign off. Go on my YouTube channel so that you can, if I did a reading for you, my YouTube channel, this will be up, and you'll be able to. Hi, Jessica. Jessica, I miss Pender. And you'll get the reading done. You'll be able to hear it again. Okay. Okay. So love all you guys. Hopefully I'll be back on Tuesday, and we'll see you again soon. Askhollyhall.com.